Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Hey everyone, I just came out to have a look at Succulent Row. I need to weed her out. She's got weeds everywhere. But of course, this is the winter, so we do get our break. But I remember scattering some wildflowers down here. And you know, when you scatter flowers, you're like, okay, which one is which? You don't know if it's a weed or what. So I came across this. Let's see what this is. It looks like a weed. But I came across this beauty. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. This is one of those plants that grows in my backyard, and there are thorns. Look at those thorns. There are thorns all over it. And I never really let it get this big because when I see them, I want them out of my yard. But look at what they do. They bloom. Now I'm going to have to do Google Lens and find out, or Plant Finder, and find out exactly what this is. But it ain't nothing you want to mess with. Now this is the jade. She's a green bush that is very prominent in the area that I live in. And she has these beautiful succulent type of leaves. They get really thick. But then she grows these flowers that the bees love. Now these flowers seem to look really old right now. So there aren't really any bees bothering it. But yes, this is a jade. And so right now I want to come over to the lavender, because if you remember the video that I did on the harvesting the lavender, look who's back. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Yes, so yes, this lavender right here, she's growing up very nicely. And she is a big plant. Let me back up for you. She's just spreading all the way. But again, when you want that lavender tea, this is the way you really want to go. It's a little windy out. You can see. Yes, that's the lavender. This is another interesting plant. She kind of acts like the jade. She kind of looks like the jade because of these little leaves that she gets. It's sort of like a succulent leaf as well. I planted this probably a few years ago. You know, when you plant succulents, you don't know what they're going to do in the end. You just know what you see in the beginning. And so in the beginning, I just saw little old bushes. But look at, they extend out these pretty little pink and white flowers. They're beautiful. So yeah, that's another little section. This little cactus here, she's kind of like the belle of the ball. When I got her, she was probably down there. And so you can see the new growth from there starting up. That's the new growth, different color. And then I call these Mickey Mouse cactuses. Then I got some of these in here too. And I need to weed really bad. Now this little guy here started off probably this big, right? Again, it's another succulent, very thick. I don't even know if you call succulents foliage, whatever this is, but the meaty, very meaty plant. I know we just weeded this out the other day, but not down to the roots. But anyway, this is a pretty big expansion of this beautiful little plant here. Okay. And I'm just going to walk slowly over to the elephant ears. Now, some people like the elephant ears. I'm still not seeing the purpose of them. I just see them for beautification. They're very prolific. Once you get them growing, they're hard to get rid of, because when you try to dig them up, they have these nodules on them that continue to keep on producing even after you asked it not to. Yeah, that's the elephant ear. Now this is who I really wanted to talk about today because she is my container pomegranate. You can see the palm tree blowing in, as the backdrop, but this is my container pomegranate. Now, mind you, this container pomegranate, I'm going to do a juxtaposition to another pomegranate tree that I have. This one was purchased first, and she was purchased as a small plant. And I do believe that was either 3 or 4 years ago. She's finally made it up as tall as me, which I'm 5'4". Yeah, I'm short. No, I'm sorry, I'm not 5'4". I'm 5'4.5". Thank you. And so she has produced like one fruit last year, one fruit the year before. And it's like once their fruit come, if you just don't touch it and leave it alone, it's like fragile fruit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking this year because last week she had no leaves. Okay, let me get closer. Last week she had no foliage. This week she is full of foliage, which tells me we might have a hardy pomegranate season on this little tree here. I call her a dwarf tree. I don't see her getting any higher than where she is, but then again, she might. Okay, and I'm going to show you the other one. Yes, this is the other one. You see that? She's got to be about 20 feet tall, no leaves, and hasn't thought about giving us a piece of fruit yet. Now, this has to be about 3 years ago. My sister was eating a pomegranate, and she tossed a seed. And when she tossed the seed landed in probably the most perfectest place a tree could land. You know what I mean? And so, since then, we have this tree. So, she's about 4 or 5 years old. This tree is younger than the one outside. The one outside has more leaves. She's smaller, hardier. This one, no leaves yet. So, I figured I would come out and show you guys the rainbow chard. Now, this is more, I think this is the rainbow. More Swissy kind of, if you ask me. But I'm going to harvest these today. But these things have been here throughout the winter, throughout the fall, throughout the summer of 2021. Just as hardy as they want to be. Here's another one. This is just plain Swiss chard. Not as hardy as those. I guess it just grows a little different. But I do believe that that's what that is. Now over here I have another Swiss chard. Again, they just keep growing and growing. That's just what they do. And they've been around, again, the same amount as the last ones. So we've been eating off of these now for over a year. This is my lemon tree. She's been here for 5 or 6 years now. She has not produced one lemon. And it's always promising when you can come and see actual flowers on your lemon tree. When you see flowers on your lemon tree, oh my goodness, your prayer is that they will all survive and that you will get some fruit. Now, she's really yellow right now. I have to go do some research. She probably needs some Epsom salt or something. I'm always of the philosophy of if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. But if it is broke, hello, try to figure out what it is that needs fixing, right? So the fact that she has blooming flowers on her and she's yellow, I'm thinking, well, maybe she's okay with that. You know what I mean? So, because she might be okay with that, I'm still going to go and do some research and find out what I need to do to help her out. All right, so that we can have some viable lemons this year. Or limes, I don't know what it is. Now, over here, unfortunately, I have the grapevine, okay? Remember the grapevine that I took down? I said I was going to move to the back. Well, I waited too late. I messed around and had surgery. And now I can't do anything with her. But I'm starting to see some growth on her on the side. So she's trying to shoot out some things. So what I'm going to do is when she starts to do that, I'm going to try to guide her, do a small yay of her. so that I don't have the problems that I did before. We'll see. And here's the peach. The peach was overshadowed by the grape tree, which is why I was moving the grapevines. And now the peaches are all, the green is coming in. Okay, all of her little nodules are open wide and ready to produce. So probably within the next week or so, she'll have flowers everywhere. Okay. This is an eggplant that was overwintered. Also, I'm going to show you my overwintered, I think I'm saying that right, but I'm going to show you, she's got a flower on her. So she actually made it through our little mild winter that we had this year. But I'm going to go over and show you the bell peppers. But before I show you the bell peppers, I'm going to show you the spinach. I planted her in the fall. I just dropped a couple of seeds in there. And hopefully soon she'll be a whole pot full of spinach. Which I got to start some more. Those are my everlasting green onions. This is another beauty that I love so much because I love dark plants. Like if you can get something black or purple. But she's absolutely beautiful. And when she comes into her maturity, she shoots out these long fluorescent green cone-shaped flowers, right? Yeah, I can't wait for her to do that next year. But she's absolutely beautiful. I've always wanted one of those. Now, last but not least, these are my green peppers. And, I pruned all the old leaves off so that the new leaves right here could have some room to do what they're doing. So she's got new leaves on her. I kept her watered throughout the whole winter. And I'm hoping that me doing that will produce some more fruit this year. So she's looking really healthy. She's still green, so she's still alive. Thank you for coming to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember to do your best. Be blessed. And try to grow something. Shalom.